This should be a heavy conversation. I'm having Mr. Tim Jackson, retired at 37, in the building. So make sure y'all are tapped in. All right. I was thinking before I just went live. Matter of fact, let me take this. I don't think anybody heard me on Instagram, but let's run it back. Welcome, Instagram. Welcome, YouTube. This is another money conversation. I'd like to welcome everybody to Rapping Dough. I'm your host, Don Bucks. And today we got a dope brother out here doing some fire stuff out here in these internet streets as well as the real streets. Mr. Retired at 37, Mr. Tim Jackson. So I'm about to bring the brother on so we can talk our stuff. But I want to know exactly what he got going on and share him with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because here at Rapping Dough, we like to highlight, the things that we're doing out here. That's dope. Because a lot of times, before the internet, before social media and YouTube, other platforms like to share our narrative for us, right? So now we have the opportunity to put our own narrative forward, tell our own stories, how we want to tell them, right? Because it's been like that for a while. And that's why I want to implore my people to take advantage of these new technological advances that we're living in right now. Let's see, let's bring the brother in. But yeah, y'all should get a lot out of this conversation. That's why I called it real dope, keeping it real dope. Because yeah, we about to keep it real dope. So I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. What's happening? Hey, I'm on here talking my.
On Zoom too, my guy.
Yeah. I'm over here, man, talking my shit. I said, listen, man, I hope y'all ready because we about to keep it real dope. You feel me?
I hope they ready.
Because this ain't that and that ain't this.
At all. We do things there. I always tell people, before you invite me, just know I'm not the average person for this live shit. Like, I'm not gonna be sugarcoat shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we doing. That's
I was gonna use my microphone for the Zoom, and my apologies if it's a little echo. Let me see if I can get these earpieces to work.
Okay.
Let me see.
Well, just so for the people from my platform, if y'all haven't met my brother right here, Tim Jackson, get used to his face. He out here, Mr. Retired at 37, real estate investor.
On your side, so turn down the volume when it's all synced.
Let's see here.
Turn the volume down.
You good?
You lined up on both sides, so like everything is lined on both sides at the same time.
All right, so no echo?
No echo.
Good money. So welcome everybody to another money conversation in Rapping Dough. We got our boy Tim Jackson in the building. So my man, Mr. Retired at 37. So I watched your podcast, bro, and you was touching on a lot of stuff that I want to go into the weeds with. First off, introduce yourself to the people, man.
Sure. For those who don't know me,
How you do that? Let me get my earphone.
here in Dallas, Texas.
So fam, I'm still situating this microphone. I don't know what we got. We got a lot of feedback. They don't want these bars coming out or something. Cause we about to light this up. Yeah, they don't want these bars to come out, man. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think we there. Now I hear echo. What I wanted to do was bring people into this Instagram and then I guess push them over to our YouTube because I think my phone about to die. So everybody that's on here on Instagram, going over because we're live on YouTube as well. So going over and tap into yours, Tim Jackson, or Rapping Doe. What's your YouTube? So going over to Tim Jackson now, or YouTube, or Rapping Doe on YouTube, and we're gonna get this rocking. You live on YouTube? Yeah, you can. All right, y'all. See y'all on YouTube. Yo. 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 Can you hear me? I can't hear you though.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Woo! Man, they don't want this fire to come out today.
They don't want this work.
So, bro, oh man, wait a minute. So you're from Memphis?
No, I'm from Dallas, Texas. Pleasant Grove to be exact. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so retired at 37, man. How did that journey begin? Because before you got on, I was talking to the people about, I don't think us as a group, we appreciate when you say that. Because I heard you say that a lot, and I don't think we respect it. I respect it. But as a whole, I don't think a lot of us respect the fact that a lot of us out here are trying to pull them along. You know what I'm saying? What's your view?
So I definitely know what you're saying. So it's funny that you say that. When I tell people that I'm retired at 37, I get about 3 types of responses. All right. The first response is like, you can just see the hate in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because 9 times out of 10 is somebody older that subscribe to the whole, you got to get a job and working for 30 or 40 years, you retire, get a gold watch, and then you live your golden years. But we all know that's a lie. Like most of the people in our family that are, you know, baby boomers or Generation X, a lot of them are still working. If they're not, they're struggling in many cases because they didn't properly plan, because they believed in that whole system of working a job until, you know, they give you the pension. And a lot of these pensions are going away. They're not there. And so many of our family members, friends, our mothers, our fathers, they kind of unstuck. You know, they're relying on that Social Security. And as you know, that doesn't help, you know, that doesn't really sustain you. So I get a lot of people that's they give me a little hate, like, damn, how the hell you retire at 37? You know, I'm 56 and I'm still working. You must be doing something. You must be doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so then I get the, you know, the people that are my age, that's like, what? How you retire at 37? It's like, I've been teaching this shit for over 10 years, trying to show people, you know, the play that I've been following. and nobody listens. So now they're like, well, man, I need to start paying attention to what you're talking about because I know you. We came up together. We the same age. And if you can do it, I can do it. Not from a hating standpoint, but it's just like you the example. And then I talk to younger people that's like 25 and under, and they're like, how did you retire at 25? Because I'd be damned if I work until I'm 60 years old and to be miserable because they've seen it through their parents, their grandparents, and shit like that. And so those are typically the three responses that I get when I tell people that I retired at 37.
But what's dope, though, is that you came back and trying to show people how to possibly retire at 37. So that's why I hopped in your inbox like, bro, like you talking that same shit I be talking, because it's like you're taking what you learned and bringing it back and bringing and giving it to them in aspect that they can understand. So I said, man, I gotta get my man on the show, man.
Yeah.
Man. So one thing you had brought up on your podcast was code switching, like that the different dynamics of code switching, because you came from the corporate arena, right? And you from the hood, because it's kind of like how I was situated. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, a hood. And, you know, I was like you, had the fellas that was in the hood doing their thing. I was kind of, blended in, but at the same time, I wanted to do something different, right? So you have that, you know, a slight separation that starts to happen between you and your fellas, right? So how did you translate that from coming from the hood and moving around in the corporate arena?
You know, what a lot of niggas from the hood don't understand is that we have a certain skill set that people in corporate just can't adapt to. Like they can't figure out why we've had so much shit thrown to us and thrown at us, but we still winning, right? We still can navigate on any side. And what happens is, you know, we were lied to as kids. We were lied to. We were taught that you need to, in order to obtain wealth and in order to obtain notoriety, you need to stand next to somebody that's white that's got it, or you need to be approved by white people that have it. And that's the biggest lie in the world. And I'll say that unapologetically, right? I do business with people of all races, colors, ethnic groups, etc. And Black people are the only people that are, well, no, we're not the only people, but we're taught that, whereas other groups aren't taught that. They're taught to keep the money within their group, to build the money so big that people will come to you and patronize you. And can't nobody take it away from you, right? So when I came back from the military, shit, I had bills. I had a car note. I had bills. So I had to get a job, and I got a job in corporate, and I was taught, everybody Black and I always heard this bullshit ass lie: dress for the job you want, not the job you have, right? So you gotta go in. Yeah, that's a lie, by the way. That's a lie. That's a complete lie, by the way. Because when I got into corporate, I realized I had managers, white boys that had long hair with ponytails and tongue rings and tattoos and shit. And I'm showing up, suited and booted, and they're over me. You know what I'm saying? Wow. They're signing, my payroll. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a complete lie, right? So I got in and I just started peeping game. Anybody who sees me on social media, for lack of better words, I can be kind of a character on social media because I'm trying to get people to think. But when you see me in the real world, I'm that same dude, but I know how to move within certain circles. I know, I'm not going to just be rah-rah all in your face, kiss my ass all day, because I understand that there's a strategy to everything that you do. So being in those circles, I learned how to move. Like, you can't be the emotional person that's always have the knee-jerk reaction. You can't be the person that's always trying to keep it real and shit. Like, let the paperwork be gangster. You ain't gotta be gangster. You got your paperwork in order. You got your shit in order. The paperwork can be gangster for you, right? And so as I started navigating through corporate and started learning how to play that paper game, how to play, the policies in the procedure game, how to play, cite certain, parts of, like the corporate handbooks, whenever they would try stupid shit on me. No. According to section 444 of this handbook, yada, 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 yada. When you start learning how to play that game,
Ain't
and
like
you
that.
got street sense, and you know what I'm saying, you can get out
Ain't
work
like
and go
that.
to the hood. You know what I'm saying? You can get out work and go to the hood. Like, it becomes a whole different ball game. And so I played the game. I learned it, you can't, as a black man, I'm 6'2", 230. As a black man, we're gonna always be intimidating. I learned to incorporate that ambiguous language that they use to invalidate you. Oh, you're just so intimidating. You're not approachable. You're not friendly. And my thing is, what does that mean? Because I'm here to do a job. I'm not supposed to be in here fucking off playing around, right?
Right.
I don't have to go to happy hour with y'all after work. You don't have to be my friend on Facebook. The company doesn't pay me for that, right?
They'll use that against you.
They use that against you. So when I start climbing the ladder and start getting in management and I start seeing how they play the game and I start manipulating the game and start playing it with them, then it was like, oh, okay, we can't really pull the wool over this dude's eyes. So I took that game and put it towards my own business and used everything I learned in corporate and built my own shit.
Wow, man. So that is universal because I experienced that same shit. When I was in college, part of my schooling was I had to do clinicals in the hospital. Basically, you had to work in the hospital for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And some people, man, I don't think they ever seen a black man in the department that I was in. And that's exactly the terminology they use. You're not approachable, or we're threatened by you. I'm like, threatened by me? What are you talking about? So yeah, they use those different words and shit to try to get you up out of there, because they write you up. It's your word against theirs.
It's a paper trail. And a lot of people don't understand that human resources isn't for you. Human resources is for the company. So you as a black man, you trying to go to human resources and say they treat me some kind of way. Human resources don't give a damn about that. They see you as the threat because now you telling on people and shit. Like it's not designed for us to win, bro.
It ain't.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
It's not.
So, and that's not to say don't get a job, because let's not get it twisted. I made bread. I made job on the corporate level, and then them same people at my jobs bought houses from me. So I was double dipping. You dig what I'm saying? So literally my job is what allowed me to parlay my business, because the people that I built relationships at that job, the ones that I managed, that saw like Tim, he about his shit. Like I ain't never really seen no black man like this. And you know how it is in corporate. It ain't too many of us in there, right? Right. And typically that other black dude, he be on the other side. He don't be fucking with you like that. He be wondering how you got there. He's supposed to be the only black there, right? He's the gatekeeper, And so for years, we've been taught to be silent because we had this don't snitch culture or don't talk bad on black people culture, this is and that. But, when it's somebody that's doing something that's going to hurt us or hurt me specifically, I'm going to speak out on that shit. I'm going to call you out on it respectfully and say, no, player, that's not how the game go. You can't tell me to be silent while you're abusing me and while you're putting me in a situation to disenfranchise me, and you're being used as a puppet to do that. You understand what I'm saying? And now that I say that out loud, people are like, all right, I get what Tim is doing, man. It's like, no, accountability go both ways. We can't get on social media and be mad when the cops kill us and do shit to us. But then you got people that's been put in positions, black people that's been put in positions to keep that same, order of life going. And then they can say, well, no, it's not racist because the black judge threw you in prison. The black cop arrested you. The black DA prosecuted you. That's not racism.
Oh, that's a whole rabbit hole we can go down. We can probably pick that one up on a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show, bro.
That's a whole nother show.
My question to you, because I'm kind of dealing with it. How do you deal with, I'm not sure how close you are to the people that you grew up with during your transition from, I guess hanging every day to going to the military to then going corporate. How did those relationships Was those relationships strained, or are you able to maintain those
Absolutely
relationships?
not. Absolutely not. I was always the dude that wanted to bring everybody with me. You understand what I'm saying? And in my 20s, in my early 30s, like that was my Achilles heel. I wanted to bring everybody with me. Once I started really working my plan and working my purpose, I realized that you got to leave some people behind. And this is what I mean by that. A lot of people that's from your hood are not going to see greatness in you because they've known you your whole life. So they see themselves in you and they don't believe in themselves. So why they gonna big you up? Why they gonna trust you? You just like them in their mindset, right? Y'all come from the same place. So I was always the dude like, hey, my job is hiring. I wrote a book, man. Let me see if I got a copy of my book right here.
This is deep right here.
Hold on real quick. Hey, Yana. Oh, never mind. Here you go. I wrote a book called Real Dope, an in-depth comparison between real estate and the dope game. All right. It's on Amazon. I don't make a single penny off this book. 100% of the proceeds go to my nonprofit. I sat down with a partner of mine, a couple partners, and the reason I wrote this book is because my partners, I'm still in the hood. I'm still doing me. They like, man, how'd you get into real estate? How do you be flipping these houses? How'd you start a company? And these are my partners, right? So I really literally wrote this book to keep my partners out of prison and to keep my family out of prison because they all was in the dope game. You understand what I'm saying? So I sat there, I go through this book, you know, I tell a funny story. It's loosely based on my life. You know, I had to change some things around to protect certain interests and certain people, you know what I'm saying? Because the stories are pretty, you know, straightforward. If you from where I'm from, you read this book, you laugh, people be like, oh shit, you really like broke it down from the hood. But I literally interned with my partner that sold crack. And so I was like, he like, what? Like I literally interned with my partner that sold crack. And I broke it down to him that essentially he only makes $8 an hour. And he don't have insurance. He don't have any type of protections, job security. Anytime he got a bag, he gonna more than likely have to spend that on attorney fees. Like we broke it down to a science.
This is in the book.
It's in the book. I wrote the book at a 5th grade level because I wanted people, I didn't want no one to have any excuses for not reading it. And I wrote it for men. You know, women are gonna go out there and read it, but I wrote it for us, right? But I tell you that to say, a lot of people from the hood that I was trying to bring along with me, one of my partners that helped me with the book, like at the end of the day, after I broke it all down to him, you know what he said to me? He said, man, you right. You know, everything you're saying is right. I respect it. He said, but man, this is just the life I like. I prefer this life. Like I like selling dope. I like going to the strip clubs, blowing money. I like this life. He said, that's not a knock to you. You know, this is just what I'm good at. And I when he told me that, I said, man, you just got
actual conversation.
This is an actual conversation. And he said, and when he told me that, that was like the light bulb moment for me. That was like, man, some niggas, man, you just gotta leave them behind. Like it ain't nothing personal, man, but like you just gotta leave some niggas behind because what's gonna happen is he ended up going back to prison and I ended up retiring at 37. The book is only 6 years old. We just hit my 6th anniversary, right? And in that time, he done went back to prison and got out and he's still doing what he do. And I love him like a brother, but I don't really fuck with him like that because at this point in the game, there's a thing that I learned is called will versus skill. Willpower is wanting to do it. Skill is knowing how to do it. You can teach skill. You can't teach will. Will is inside of it. You got to want that shit. You understand? This my nigga. He make money. He doing his thing. Let's not get it twisted. But he's living that life knowing the consequences. And I can't surround myself with that. I got a family. I got kids that look up to me that we support. It's people that eat off of me. I feed families, bro. They depend on me. So I can't be at the club with you riding in your car dirty. You know, all my paperwork is straight. I don't know how it is in Jersey, but everybody got a pistol in Texas, right? So, you know, we carry this like.
But I live in Pennsylvania, so I got my hammer too.
You know what it is? I mean, I'm straight. You know, but if I get pulled over in the car with you and you got that shit with you and I got my pistol on me, That's an aggravated charge. You know what I'm saying? So, and now I gotta fight that. You know what I'm saying? So
Because you want to hang out with the fellas.
Because I want to hang around with because I want to be loyal to somebody that doesn't see the vision. So eventually he's gonna see the vision. I believe that if the streets don't get him or the system don't get him, eventually he's gonna wake up and be like, damn, he was right. And I'm still gonna be here. But until that moment happens, my guy, you over there and I'm over here, and ain't nothing. If we see each other passing, I'm gonna dap you up. I love you, you my brother, but I can't. That's your mindset. I can't change your mindset. Now, what I do is I work with a lot of teenagers, a lot of kids that ain't really been corrupted yet. Because when we was out there, we was wild. But a lot of these kids are at that point. They at that crossroads right now. Do I choose dumb shit or do I go this way? Are they gonna make mistakes? Of course they're gonna make mistakes. We all make them, right? But once I tell you something, you can't. Once I teach you something, you can't unlearn it.
You can't unlearn it.
Can't unlearn it. So yeah, I still fool with my people for years, and everything I do is in the hood. Like we put on programs. We just were in South Dallas yesterday. You know, the MLK Center. Anything with MLK on it, you know that's in the hood, right?
You know it's in the hood. Facts.
I know MLK on the white side of town, right?
Mass shooting on MLK Boulevard,
right? So we strategically moved to the heart of the hood. But we was already in the hood, and some other in Oak Cliff and some projects, right? And you think I got people to show up like elected officials and people that call themselves activists? They never came to our shit because what we teach is not depending on anybody else, but using what you got inside. And a lot of people don't want to show up for that. A lot of people just want you to give them the game, and they want the game to work immediately. That's not how the game goes.
Wow, yeah, man. I think I'm about to start an initiative in Trenton myself, man, because we just made a solid point. The youth, a lot of them, like you said, are at that stage. They want some game, and adults, you know, we've been through a lot. But I gotta try though. I gotta reach out to the adults. I have to. I can't not include the adults, right? But
yeah, and that's funny you say that because that's what we're about to do. Like, bro, we have a mentoring program called Real Youth Mentoring. We had a group of kids, and I'll never forget this, man. I tell this story all the time because this story just it keeps me up at night. We had two boys that came to join our program, and in this program, we teach boys how to make money. So we went down to Sam's Club. We got some nice boxes. We bought a bunch of bulk candy with a variety set. And we gave it to our boys. It cost $10 to buy the candy in the box. If you sold the entire box, it would be $45. That's a $35 surplus. You follow me? What we did with our boys is we were teaching them logistics. We were teaching them entrepreneurship. So we told them, if you sell a box, you keep 20, we'll get 15. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You follow me so far?
Yeah.
We had a parent that when one of the boys, he was good at it too. He took the candy home. He sold out the next day at school. He called me, Mr. Tim, this worked, man. Like, now this same parent's like, I need him to get a job. We're trying to teach him entrepreneurship. Do you know she stopped her kids from doing that? She said, no, they can't do that. They just using y'all. To make money. And we were like, we're not. He's making more money. We're investing. We're buying the brick. It's what I talk about in my book. Everything is a brick, bro. Everything is a brick. Every business is just like selling dope. You get a brick, you break it down, you flip it, you sell it, you get more money, you buy more bricks. I don't care how we tried to explain it to her. She just didn't get it. You see what I'm saying? And it broke my heart because the boys were really good. He was selling out every day.
That's sad, man. That's sad, man.
So now we're developing curriculum for the parents because sometimes we teach these boys stuff and they go home and talk to their parents about it, and their parents got bad credit. Their parents got bad budget. Their parents don't know money. So now it's a fight between us and the parents, and then the boys are like, well, who do I choose? This is my mama. I can't.
Right.
And inside, deep down inside, they're like, man, this is fucked up. But so now we're creating stuff for the parents. So we eliminate all excuses, bro.
Word. So what's the nonprofit surrounded around? What is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's called Real Youth Mentoring. It's a nonprofit organization that teaches boys entrepreneurship, leadership, and how to be better citizens within their community. 100% of our boys graduate with a 700 plus credit score and a business plan. You know, we help out the families that need help. Like recently, a couple years ago, we had a real bad ice storm, and there was some parents who didn't have the lights cut on and shit like that. So we helped them out. We try not to broadcast too much stuff like that because, you know, I call it God's work. I like to do God's work sometimes behind the scenes because everybody don't want people to know they're struggling. You see what I'm saying? Unless they say, Tim, you can put it on there. But give you an example, we had somebody's house get burned down. It was a family of 9, 7 kids, 2 parents. And we helped them find a place to live. We gave them money. We did a clothes drive. Like, we took care of them, bro. That's the type of stuff we do. And we're 100%, we're nonprofit. So if you donate money, everything is, you write it off, right? And so that's what we do. And our target audience is Black boys between the ages of 10 and 18. But when we do stuff in public forums, anybody can come as long as they understand that our target audience is Black boys. So it don't matter what color you are, because we're nonprofit. So we can never discriminate and say you can't come because you ain't Black. But when you come, you're going to learn statistically about the struggles that Black boys are faced with and how we need to overcome that through economics. And so that's who we are.
That's fire. You said it's called Real Youth Mentoring?
Real Youth Mentoring. I'm going to put it in your, I'm over here watching you online. I'm going to put the website on there right now. Matter of fact, let me see, www.real.
That's fire, man. I want to start a nonprofit one of these days. Maybe I could tap in with you. You can show me the ropes.
Yes, sir.
So now, let's see here. You said in your podcast that it's not always about you.
Yeah.
And can you speak to that? Because you was talking about how some people get frustrated because they have started a business or whatever, and they mad because XYZ is not supporting them. And meanwhile, you don't even know the type of stuff that people got going on in their life. So it ain't even about you and your product. You don't even know that they house might have just got burnt down. Like,
you know, let's talk about that, you know, because I used to be that dude on social media before I understood how social media worked. Like, I could make a funny post and that shit would go viral. People would share it 300, 400 times. But then the moment I said, hey, we're going to be up here mentoring these kids, I only get 4 likes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1 share. And so what happens is when you start promoting your business online and you don't understand how that works, you know, you got to pay to play. That's just what it is. Social media, no matter which platform you're on, they have algorithms and they have systems in place that can tell if you're advertising or if you just bullshitting, right? And so a lot of times people get upset, like, nobody supports me, nobody loves me, blah, 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 fuck everybody. And it's just like, no, man, that's not really the truth. People actually do like you. They do support you. 1, your posts just aren't being seen by who needs to see it. But 2, let's just say somebody's going through something, right? Like, I had to adopt the philosophy, no simply means not right now. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not forever. People go through stuff, man. I've gone through stuff. I've gotten off social media for 3 years before. It just didn't go on. Like, I was good. I logged off. I deactivated because I was going through a transition. I was, you know, getting out of a long-term relationship. I was going back to college. I was starting my business. I had shit going on that I just needed to focus on. I need to do deep work. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, there's people who felt some kind of way about that. And it's just like, well, I mean, you can't be mad at me because I'm trying to get my shit together. But now I'm back around. What's good? Let's have a talk. And then people understood that because they go through it too. So it's not always about you, man. Like, if I reach out to you today, just because I have a real estate license, that doesn't obligate you to buy a house from me. What if your cousin got a real estate license? What if somebody's mama got a real estate license, or your brother? But I've been knowing them since high school. They've been knowing them forever. So who's the loyalty gonna lie? They're gonna support their mom. But here's the thing. What I started learning is that, because I used to get mad about people not buying houses from me, what I started doing, start studying statistics. And people sell their house. People move every 3 to 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe I didn't get that deal on the front end, but maybe they're going to sell and buy another one on the back end. So what I started doing is when I would see people that I knew buying houses, I would get in the comments and say, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Home ownership is amazing. You finna start building wealth, you know, and then I would send them an email. Sometimes I would write them a card, you know, hey, it would have been great to have worked with you, but I understand that there's tons of other realtors, and that this one that you work with obviously did a great job. If you have any questions about real estate, if you think about buying, or if you have anything, just hit me up. I'm still here as a resource, right? Bro, I started making so much money doing that because the average realtor don't follow up. So when it's time to sell, they remember me. I put them in my database. They start getting my calendars, my little refrigerator magnet calendars. They start getting on my swag. We have an end of the year party. I'm inviting them. They other realtor ain't having no end of the year parties. Now, these people who didn't buy from me 3 years ago, well, they done had 2 kids and the house is too small. They got to sell that house. They got to buy another house. I done made 2 bags simply because I just was like, hey, man, it's not about me. It's about them. And when they get ready to come around, they're going to remember that. Right. And that was what I applied to my business.
That's fire, bro. Yeah, I was taking notes, man. I was watching you. I was like, ooh, bars. So, yo, you was talking about how people don't like to talk about the L's.
Yes, sir. They don't.
I pride myself in talking about my L's because I want people to know exactly who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people on these internet streets, they want to come across perfect. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I want people to see that you can have some shit going on in your life and you can still win. You can come out a different person, leveled up on the other side. So I want people to see the struggles so they can also see the victories. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody appreciate or respect somebody that won and ain't have no struggles.
Absolutely.
So why don't you think people want to show the L's?
Because people value looking perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I personally—
Who value it?
Not me and you, but the average person. Like, look at social media. Social media is all about showing your wins, right? And that's what people gravitate toward because people are losing so much that they just want to see some wins. So I get the psychology around it. But in real life, like, you lose more than you win. It's just that the wins tend to be so big that we rest on them. I'm a baseball guy. That's the only sport I ever played, bro. Baseball is a game of failure. A person that bats 300 gets paid $25 million a year. But batting 300 means that you strike out 7 out of 10 times when you go to the plate. People don't understand that game is about losing. The degree of difficulty is harder. But when you become a great loser, you become an immaculate winner. You become an effective winner. See, you know what I'm saying? Whereas in basketball, you go up and down the court, you got a 50% chance of scoring every time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we surround our boys with people who have taken L's, and I don't mind showing my L's because that's authenticity. Honestly, if you watching somebody you know winning all the time, eventually you're going to start resenting them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I show my L's, bro.
But that's the thing. That's what I need people to understand, the fact that people respect the losses,
man,
more than the wins.
They do, man.
That part just gets lost somewhere. It gets lost in translation. Like, no, yes, we like wins, but after you lost.
It's about how you get up, man. The story is in the L, bro. When I go and speak, I don't talk about my wins. I talk about all the L's I took. But see, people see me pulling up with the brand, with the retro J's and the Rolex and in a decent car, and they see me dress fly and they think I'm winning. It's just like, bro, I done took so many L's. Man. But once I got that W, I parlayed it and created more W's. Man, you have to take risks. Me and my wife, we laugh about it all the time because she's more conservative when it comes to certain things. My wife needs a certain amount of money in the bank account at all times, right? Yeah. If that number falls below that 1 penny, my wife is calling me hyperventilating, asthma pump. Baby, I checked the account, right? We need to do this. I'm the type of person, I could wake up tomorrow and spend everything down to the last penny and know I'm good because I'm gonna have more money coming in next month. I don't give a shit because I know how to make money, and I know how to go out there and get it. So we can take an L, and we've taken some L's together. But as we start taking more L's together, she realized, oh, you got to take an L because that's how you learn what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So now I know exactly what not to do. Man, I done did live videos. I got bad allergies, man. I done did live videos where snot bubbles done came out my nose. I ain't take that shit down. I don't care. Hey, I was on a live one time, man. My nose was so stopped up. It was a big snot bubble. I was like, oh shit. People were sending me screenshots of it. the old me probably would have took it down. I left that shit up. I don't care.
Right.
Because, hey, now I know before I get on the live, go blow your nose real good, man. You know you got bad allergies. You blow your nose real good.
Hey, yo, now I know why you brought it up on that last live. Video I was watching. You're like, hold on, I'm about to get off of here. I got this snot bubble coming. Like, so
bro,
now,
I got this snot bubble coming, bro.
Know.
But that's authenticity. You know how many people, won't go live, or won't because they're afraid of how they look.
Bro, I had more than two people, but recently 2 people canceled on me because they were nervous, bro, or scared, whatever the nervous was. But I'm like, yo, you're an entrepreneur. How are you scared to run a commercial? Because that's a form of a commercial, like.
Because people don't understand, that's a part of the process, man. You have go back and watch old McDonald's videos or commercials. Go back and watch old Burger King commercials. Go find your favorite product and just go back and watch their old commercials and look how cheesy, look how crappy they were compared to today. Like you have to get out there and just throw it out there. That's how you're gonna figure out what works and what don't. I look at my old videos and I be cringing sometimes, like, damn, cheesy music and everything, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that got me to a bag. That got me to a sale. That cheesy commercial got me 4 or 5 clients that was able to get me into a bigger office, that was able to get me to hire more people and then scale up and then hire somebody that knew how to do it professionally. You know what I'm saying? But I did it all myself when I first started.
You had to start to know what you needed going forward. But it's like, I don't know where that part is lost in our learning. Because it's like up until adulthood, we knew we had to fall. Well, we didn't know we had to fall, but we was falling and didn't really care. Like learning how to walk.
Because we didn't people like me, we didn't have nothing else to go back to, bro. I refuse to go back and struggle. Like I refuse to. I would rather struggle over here in silence, making mistakes, than to just sit up and just accept life as a big struggle. Like there was a time in my life, bro, where, man, I always tell people, you ever seen that movie Forrest Gump?
Which one? Oh yeah, Forrest Gump. Yeah, I've seen Forrest Gump.
I always tell people I'm the Bubba Gump of ramen noodles, bro. Like I can make any meal out of ramen noodles. I was so broke at one period of my life, bro. I was eating top ramen noodles. Like that shit was steak, man. I could make ramen noodle pasta, ramen noodle soup, anything you name. I had gourmet ramen noodles, bro, because I was so broke. All I could afford was a pack of ramen noodles and some hot links, my guy. And it's just like, well, I guess I need to start drinking more water. You know, all this sodium, all this, all these carbs, I got to balance it out some way, to the point to where my mom would have to give my sister her credit card, her gas card, to bring it to me so I can put gas in my car. But see, people don't like to share them kind of stories. Man, I was broke, but people never, I talk about that because that's a part of the process. Like, I say I'm a spring, man. When I hit ground zero, I'm gonna pop back up, But a lot of people, they don't want you to see them struggle. And instead of, what I realized is during my struggles, because I talked about it, people offered to give me the help that I needed through business or whatever it was. Like, oh man, you struggling with that? I had the same problem and I did this. A lot of cheat codes are in the struggle. You share your struggles. It's so many cheat codes in that, because it's going to be people that really fuck with you that's watching it. Like, oh, I got you, bro. Do this right here. Run this play right here and get back to me. Let me know how it works.
Exactly. But if you ain't share it, wouldn't nobody know what to help you with?
That's it. Closed mouth don't get fed. That's not just a cliche. That's a way of life.
That's dead ass. Like, so this is crazy, man. So another thing you said was, because I'm working on this too. You said hood credit never got us anywhere. Because you was talking about adjusting to the new norm. Yeah. So I wasn't always, this Instagram, Facebook. I didn't really know how to, I guess, transition.
Yeah.
Because the business I come from, like I grew up in the family business, which is a barbershop. So I've been talking barbershop shit all my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm on the internet, it's like, doing business on the internet. It's
a
like
different world.
The comments, you was talking about the comments, like how you can't be, entertaining the trolls, like whereas though you like, yo, drop that addy, like you coming type spicy, like what's up, like, so you can't really bring that. You can't
bring
really
that energy online, man, because these cats be fake. These cats, they're miserable. It bothers them that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and it's a trap too. If I can get you to commit a crime, if I can get you to get out your character or revert back to what you know, and then I can put you away for a couple of years, then we good. And that old mentality, anybody know me, man, that old mentality, man, I will pull up, hey, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Let's have this conversation face to face. That's what I would always tell people, that would come in my shit, hey, let's have this conversation face to face. Where you at? Because I like to look people in the eye when we disagree so we can come to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? And that's just code for where you at. So let's see if you had that same energy when I pull up. But it took for somebody to pull me to the side and say, dude, like, these are trolls, man. Like, they, you pull up on them, the first thing they're going to say, which happened a couple of times, oh, man, I'm just doing it for fun. We were just playing. I'm just playing. No, we don't play like that where I'm from, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that there's two types of people. There's people out there that troll you like that. And then there's people that just don't have nothing to lose and they troll you and then they really want the smoke. And it's like, okay, what are we going to benefit from it, right? So when I make a comment on something and people come in and troll, depending on what we talking about, I don't even respond. Man, I get people troll me all day long. People be in my inbox trolling me. I don't care. Because I know if we were face to face, they wouldn't have that same energy. Not to say that I'm Debo or anybody, but
but
I ain't gonna be no easy. I ain't gonna be no easy win.
At the same time,
you ain't gonna beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? We might get a few in together, but I ain't gonna get drop. If I do, you're gonna have to whip my ass every time you see me. So, but it never really gets that far because the social media and the internet gives people a platform to be fuck boys, man. Like, really. And so what I do now when people just really come at me, I'll say, hey, what specifically are you doing in your community to create change economically? And then it goes quiet. Because I don't care about the hood shit no more. That hood shit don't mean nothing. I had an event yesterday and invited a whole bunch of hood niggas that I know personally. You know what I'm saying? None of them niggas showed up. None of them showed up. Why? Because we talking about building better men. We talking about get off that street shit, man. Like,
where's the disconnect? Because I'm trying to figure it out too with what I'm doing. Like, you're in real estate, I'm in entrepreneurship and stock market. So it's like I'm trying to bridge the gap. But you have those that, like, I guess is like the guy you was talking about earlier. He was like, yo, I like this life.
I mean, you gotta show people versus telling them. And what I've learned is when I quit fucking with people and just told them straight up, like, I'm good on you, my nigga. Like, we straight, man. There ain't no hard feelings. I love you to death, my nigga. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over here and you go that way, man. And, you know what I'm saying? We see each other. We just see each other. It's all love. But I ain't got time for that shit. I get a better response doing that than I do trying to convert people. Because then they start seeing me winning. It's like, damn, Tim's really, really doing some shit. And then they come back around, they'll start bringing their kids to my mentoring program. I'll see them, watching all my videos. And they'll start liking my videos and shit. Then they get in my inbox, man, you really doing it, man. I'm proud of you, man. Like, for sure. That's what I've been trying to tell you, but, until they get it, for lack of better words, man, I just fuck them, man, until they get it, because we're not in the same space. And that's a dangerous place. Being stuck on the same shit is a dangerous place to be. That's that jail mentality. And so I don't want to be in jail, mentally or physically. So we got to learn how to master the game of cutting people off and letting them find their way back home. And I've mastered that, bro. And I don't just do it with the hood cats. I do it with politicians here in Dallas. I do it with activists here in Dallas. Like, okay, you talking about making a change? Well, let's do it. Let's do it economically. Let's buy up these properties. And then they don't want to do that. They just want to shout and yell. It's like, well, all right, well, fuck it. Go over there then. We're gonna go over here. But when you start seeing our boys getting scholarships, when you start seeing our boys doing something, you know, you start seeing our stuff getting shared and people, you know, creating a buzz, just know you had the opportunity in the front row seat to be a part of it. You can come back over here, but it's gonna be a different set of terms and circumstances. You know what I'm saying? When you do come, until you prove that you really about that life. So
Yeah,
you gotta leave people behind, bro. And that's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
It's tough. Yeah, because I guess once I stopped cutting hair full time, I've been trying to tell people about what I've been doing since 2019. And I don't think it really hit home until I wasn't coming to the barbershop as much. And my dad started, I guess, hearing from people that's coming in there like, yo, your son on the internet going crazy.
Yeah.
So now when I start popping up, now he want to tap in. Yo, so I heard you, I'm like, yo, I've been saying this for 2 years. But it's like you said, it's like, as soon as you disconnect, like, yeah, I love you, but I'm gonna go on over here and make this pop. You're gonna hear about it. Now all of a sudden they start to trickle back in. So it's just unfortunate that you got to do that way, but it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. It is what it is. And it's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, once you stop making it personal, then you'll start growing more and you'll start understanding that this is no different than what a business would do. A business, if you came to work and you didn't work, they would fire you. That's it. It's nothing personal. They would fire you. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. They give you so many, you know, chances to figure it out, and then they fire you. And they move on and they replace you with somebody that's actually doing the work. So we have to stop being so loyal to causes and situations that don't benefit us. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got to stop being so loyal to causes and situations that don't benefit us and start letting people know, hey, man, I'm good. Like, I love you to death, man, but I'm good. Like, we're not going to play this game no more. We're not going to go around this merry-go-round of me trying to convince you to be a better person and you saying I'd rather be a fuckboy.
Yeah, and then throw little subliminal shots. Oh, you doing this now?
Oh, I see you big time. No, but when people do that to me, I call them out. Like, what you mean you see me big time? I've been teaching the same shit for 10 years. Why is it that you don't get it? Like, why you chose not to get on it? And then I also noticed that them be the people, when you think about in the hood, it don't really be it's typically people that love, that know you, that cause you the most harm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting killed by random strangers. You know, we getting killed by people we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and this ain't no pull up your boots by your bootstrap message and shit like that. Like, I ain't that dude. But I'm just calling it out for what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So
I'm glad I'm here now because I want to tap dance on this one. Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Because you had said, because I was coming here, you beat me to it. You are saying that how you ran into young Dolph.
Yep.
And you know, he started elaborating on the things that he was doing in the real estate arena and how he was rocking with your book and shit like that. So you said you initiated or started the conversation about him starting to talk more about that stuff than the stuff that he's talking about. Like, I mean, you ain't got to completely stop or whatever, but start fusing just right here.
Bring a little bit of that game in there, you know?
Because it's like, I'm tired of finding out this dope shit after people die. Like, you find out all this dope shit Nipsey was doing after they died. You know what I'm saying? All this dope shit Dolph was doing after he died. And on top of that, like you was just saying, it's usually people that you know that hurt you the most.
Yeah, man. You know, I had an opportunity to meet him and his manager. We sponsored the Balling for Diabetes, which is an event that Boosie used to put on here in Dallas, where he does a celebrity basketball game. So we served Lil Boosie, yeah. Okay. So he hasn't had it here in a while. I mean, you know, with COVID and everything going on, you know, that kind of shut down. But we did we sponsored the event, and I had an opportunity to meet him and a few other guys. I actually met young Dolph and Mo 3 the same day at the same place.
At this event?
Yeah, like
Word.
same day, the same place. And they were both murdered within a year and a week of each other in the same month. But I met them literally the same day at the same place. Like Dolph was over here, Mo 3 was right over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, within an arm's reach of each other. Right. And so the next day we went to a school and we spoke at a school, and Dolph came, the media was out there, Boosie was there, Colonel Lau, you know, remember that song, Keep Straight Getting That Work from California, you know that song right there? So that dude, Colonel Lau was there, good dude, man. We had some good conversation.
I ain't know who sung that song.
Yeah, Colonel Lau, that's his name, you know, and so we were all there, you know, to speak to the kids and kind of observe stuff, and I met Dolph, had a conversation with him and Boosie, talked about my book. Dolph, you know, he was like, man, I'm fucking with this. This is a real good concept. They both liked the idea. And so, you know, that's when Dolph's manager and Dolph started talking about the properties and stuff that they had in Memphis. And Dolph said, you know, I purchase my kids a foreclosed property every year. So by the time they graduate high school, they'll have 18 houses. Now, I'm in real estate. I've written a book. I never even thought about doing that. I came home and told my wife, I called my wife as I was leaving the event, like, babe, we got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I never thought about it, right? And so, and me and her were buying houses for cash and shit like that. So it's like, I said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, and Boosie, everyone, if you follow Boosie, he's a serial entrepreneur. This guy got his hands in everything. You know, chips.
And you wouldn't even know it.
Well, he's promoting it a lot now because they keep taking his social media page, so he's got to keep everything going, you know? But chips, cologne, clothing, he makes movies, real estate. Like, the guy got his hand in everything, and I admire that. And I'll never forget telling those guys, like, you know, y'all need to rap about this shit more. Like, you know, it's okay to talk about the other shit, you know, but sprinkle in some, you know, I own 40 deeds to houses too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, Rick Ross does a good job of talking about it. You know, Jay-Z, that 444 album was full of game. He does a great job of talking about buying painting. You know, he's, you know, I try to tell y'all about his artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even said he wanted to buy a house, you know, in his hood, Dumbo. Now it's worth, you know, so it's like some of the older ones, some of the wiser cats are talking about it, but we need to see it more. There needs to be a balance of it because we got the money. We got the money. It's just what we're doing with the money. And all that tricking and all that stunning shit, that should be the cherry on top. That's not the cake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to hustle for the cake, not the cherry on top. That's why I always say. So, and rest in peace to Young Dolph. Young Dolph was a very good brother. Rest in peace. I had a great conversation with that guy. He was very, you know, it was a great vibe, man. The dude was very intelligent brother. You know, even the way he ran his record label, he was a very intelligent brother. Too bad we didn't get to see that. I wish we could have, but hopefully, you know, the guys within the label will carry that torch because he was a very good dude.
That's a fact. So yeah, I mean, that's my whole premise behind Rapping Dose, because I got tired of seeing and hearing all the hoopla. I'm like, yo, all these selfies. Oh, you want to take pictures standing next to cars, but ain't nobody giving up no game on how to get the shit.
Yeah, they not. And here's the thing, man. You know, I'm shooting a documentary right now. I've reached out to a couple of people. I actually have a couple of people in my documentary of notoriety. But, you know, one thing I've learned during this process is that we can't expect for these guys to give us the game, because a lot of these guys, a lot of people, once they make it to that level, they're jaded because they feel like people didn't support them, people weren't fucking with them. And now that they own, now everybody fucking with them, right? And so then it becomes this shield they put up, and, you know, they just feel like everybody wants something from them. You know what I'm saying?
Not just entertainers, people in general.
People in general, even cats from the hood that move out the hood be like that, right?
I'm like, nah, gotta do something.
And so my thing is, we don't really need them. You know, like, if you got a passion to do something, just do it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just do it. Like, and then what happens is, it may not take off today, it may not take off tomorrow. It might take you 50, 60, 70 tries. But once that one take off, now you have a blueprint of everything you've done, and you can start selling that blueprint.
Word. I mean, I got tired of this shit, man. I was like, I was either gonna cancel my social media or do something about it. So I said, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna talk my shit, and I'm gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen you talking your shit, I said, "Oh, he rapping dope." oh, he rapping dope. Hold up, we gotta talk. Right? So this documentary, you beat me to it again. I was going here too. So I've seen in your podcast that you was speaking on a documentary that's coming. So what is that going to be about?
So I'm working on my documentary. It's called How to Kill a Black Man. And essentially what we do is we're going to talk about different aspects of the Black male experience that we continue to fall in, or the things that we perpetuate that's not going to benefit us long term. And at the end of the documentary, throughout the documentary, we're going to provide solutions to those aspects. So we're interviewing a few people, man. We have a couple of rappers. We got some people that have gone and done prison time and come back and started businesses. We have some attorneys. I'm trying to get a judge on there too. But a lot of judges, they kind of play funny style when you ask them to do stuff like this, because they don't want to be a conflict of interest. So I get it. So we had a mother who lost her son to gun violence, still an unsolved case, but he was in the streets, and the streets don't really talk when shit like that happens. So we talk about the impact, because she has one son that was killed through gun violence, and she has another son that's like a scholar. You know what I'm saying? They came up in the same house, the same parents, in the same situation, but one chose the streets and the other one chose the books. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so the other one's got 6 figures worth of scholarships, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a hustler. They were both hustlers, but one hustled one way and the other one hustled the other way. Because the other son that was murdered, he was really good at what he did, He was good at what he had. He had a clothing line. He had a bunch of stuff. I think he was rapping. He was good. He just was in the wrong life. So that's what the movie talks about.
That should be fire.
Yeah.
Man. We can go on for hours, because it's some more stuff that I want to tap into, but I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know you got a lot of shit going on.
For sure,
but
man.
For the people that's going to be seeing this later, how could they reach out to you or support what you got going on?
Absolutely. You can follow me online at Tim Jackson Now on all platforms. If you just Google or go to YouTube and type in, Tim Jackson, Dallas, I should pop up. My YouTube page is Real Solutions Tim. I got a gold jacket on, bald headed, but I have a few shows on there. I'm getting ready to start putting some more stuff out. That's how you find me, man. I mean, www.timjacksonnow is my website, and it'll take you to everything I'm doing. I'm out here, man. I'm outside. I always tell people, man, I ain't hard to find. If you need me, you can find me, man. I ain't running from nobody. I ain't throwing those stones high in my hand. Like, this is just who I am, man. What I realized, though, is that when you become authentically you, can't nobody take anything away from you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who you are, So I'm me, and you can find me. And a lot of people, I tell people, I give you a disclaimer. Once you start fucking with me, you can't stop fucking with me, man. Because I be spitting the real stuff, man, and I'm not gonna BS you. But I'm also correctable. If I say something that was wrong, if I misquote or miscite something, I'll come back and say I miscited. I'm not the type of person that's gonna shit on you in public and then apologize to you in private, But I also don't speak on a lot of people's names and shit unless it's kind of thrown my way, because at the end of the day, man, people are gonna be people, and you just gotta do you. Like, what you doing, that's your wave. So ride your own wave, man. It's 350 million people in the United States. Let's just call it 300 million people in the US, man. If you can get 1% of 1% of those people to rock with you, that's like 30,000 people. Like, it's 30,000 people in your neighborhood or within a block radius of your house. So let's stop making this shit so hard. Like, it's just a numbers game. Get out there, do what you're doing, get in front of the right people, and they gonna rock with you. And that's it. And that's all you need. And them other folks that ain't supporting you right now, they'll be your biggest supporters when you make it. And then you just use them as free advertisement.
Thanks. Yo, one of the realest niggas on the internet, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. To be continued.
To be continued, man. Let's make it happen, man. You know, we're gonna take this real youth mentoring train on the road, players. So you know some kids in Trenton that can benefit from the education. We just taught 20 ways to make money online using social media. We've done 20 ways to make money rapping without being a rapper, or making money in music without rapping. We've done 20 ways to make $1 million in sports without playing the game. Like, we finna take this 20 ways thing on the road. So if you can get about 60 to 75 boys in a room on a weekend for 3 hours, shit, I'll be out there.
Oh, bro, we locked in. I'm gonna put something together. Because I'm finally coming back outside. Everybody know my story. It's been 3 years, but I'm coming back outside, so it's definitely lit. We locked in. Offline, I'm gonna holler at you. But yeah, for everybody that's watching this, holla at my boy Tim Jackson, tap into what he got going on. Also, make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell when we do shows like this and bring people like Tim Jackson in. So until next time, it's Don Bucks, rapping dope.